Big news that's coming in right now. The CBI has questioned West Bengal Governor M.K. Narayanan in the Augusta-Westland chopper scam probe. M.K. Narayanan, remember, was the national security advisor when this deal was sealed. He was questioned as a witness in the scam. He had presided over a meeting which made changes to technical specifications for VVIP choppers. These changes enabled Augusta to enter the eligibility criteria, so the deal could be worked out. The CBI wants to get more details on the reasons behind making those changes. Arunodhay Mukherjee tracking this, joining us now. Arunodhay, what's significant is that the West Bengal governor was questioned as a witness. What did the CBI want to know from him?
Essentially, the CBI is seeking clarifications to take this case forward, because it's almost in cold storage because they've not been able to go beyond this. Remember, a lot of the details are still pending from foreign agencies because this is the case that spans various countries. And having said that, now they're trying to tie up some of those loose ends. Essentially, the main conspiracy that the CBI is trying to figure out where it was is what happened in that initial meeting, which enabled Augusta to actually enter the race so that they could be considered as a company which would, which perhaps could work out a deal with the Ministry of Defence. That's exactly what they want to know. And from the West Bengal Governor, Mr. M.K. Narayanan, as the former National Security Advisor, they want to know on what basis did he recommend those changes in certain technical specifications which allowed AgustaWestland to enter the fray, to be considered as a party. Having said this, Palki, the other big question then remains as to what happens to, for instance, the Governor of Goa, Mr. B.V. Vanshu, Bharatveer Vanshu, who was the former SPG chief, head of VIP security. He was also part of that meeting. So I presume if a West Bengal governor is also being questioned as a witness, I presume the CBI could perhaps take the next step now against the Goa governor as well.
And the timing, very, very interesting, Arunodhay, at a time when UP appointed governors are in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. This makes their position a bit untenable.
Absolutely. It gives much more ammunition to the BJP government now to go after them even more, armed with CBI allegations that, look, here is a governor who is also being questioned, albeit as a witness, but yes, his name has cropped up in some capacity in these cases. Having said this, Palki, it is also important to point out that none of these governors, be it M.K. Narayanan or be it B.V. Vanshu, none of them have been named in any FIR. It is very important to establish this fact. They've been questioned. They are seeking clarifications from them as to what exactly happened in that meeting. So any kind of criminal culpability is not being talked about by the CBI at this point in time. But yes, the other big political question that this also raises, Palki, is what happens to the likes of B.V. Vanshu. Significantly, what happens to, for instance, a Sheila Dikshit, who was the governor of Kerala? Because remember, her name had also cropped up in two cases. One being the Commonwealth Games scam, also being investigated by the central agency, the CBI, and also in the recent case involving the Delhi Jal Board, in which the CBI registered FIRs. So essentially, this is all going to have some sort of a political echo. It's going to have political ramifications as well in an environment when the government is mulling removing Congress-appointed governors. You have the CBI, which is a central agency which has always been accused of being partial, also going after the same governors. So certainly people would try to make some connections and come up with some sort of a political conclusion.
Interesting. Arunodhay, thanks very much.